I'm gonna make a quick video. This video is intended for mostly family, but anybody who might be curious about my quadcopter status and experience. I came here to the park and it's still gently raining a little bit. The park is a little bit full of people, and there's some people sitting over under my favorite trees. So I'm gonna fly over these in like an L in the corner, is what it looks like. I'm down to my last spare propeller for the Racer Star 5048s, which are the stock propeller for the Eachine Racer 250, but also the one that I'm using whenever possible. So I'm really trying to be careful not to break my propellers, but they break. I've got about a set of these Gemfan 5152s. Actually I have 4 clockwise propellers, but only 2 counterclockwise. So it's a gamble. This will be the quad that I'm flying for the most part. I've had to basically rebuild the interior. So now it's running a PDB for the 5 volts. It's got a cheap F3 clone board, SP Racing F3 clone. The VTX is reading a funny voltage. It's kind of going out. One of my wires must be loose again on my camera. I had to solder directly to the camera board, and my screen went black like twice last night, which is one of the reasons why I'm kind of like waiting for the rain to finish. And looks like I need a little bit more tape after some crashing last night. It does have a replaced ESC, one of the ESCs. I think this one is a Little B 20 amp Opto Pro, so it still does have light motor damping, but the whole quad, instead of running D-Shot 600, which is what it could run stock, I'm running it at multi-shot 125. But all of my ESC wires are soldered to the ESC wires coming from the ESCs, and then the pins are quite big on the flight controller, so I'm not really having any connection issues. My antenna is going to break off of the VTX, but I keep soldering it back on, so hopefully it won't wiggle around too much. For a while I didn't have a spare, but now I've finished putting back together my first copter in this funny, look, isn't it funny? It's got this cheap little camera and some cardboard. But I want to try out the Eachine Racer 250. These motors are LHI, Ready to Sky, actually. They're Ready to Sky 2204s, so they're really not that good. They're pretty mild. But actually that's okay because it's a little bit lighter. But I want to try flying the frame with the lighter motors on the Racer Star 5048s when I get some more. So I probably won't fly this today unless I absolutely have to, because I don't have any propellers. It's running PPM, which is new for me, instead of PWM, so there's fewer wires, but it's also on a little micro FC. I'm not using the all-in-one PDB for it. I'm still just using the bottom plate PDB. And I'm getting 5 volts from the bottom, or the 5 volts for the FC actually runs in the FC, and then I'm running the camera off the PDB on the bottom plate. This camera is like $8 or $7 from Banggood. It's just one of those little micro cameras, and it's really just taped there, so I don't want to beat it too hard. And then I'm also going to see how well, I don't fly that far away, so I don't need great range. But I've got the antennas like inside this frame, but there's 2 of them. It's still diversity, but these dipole antennas that come on some of these receivers, they're heavy, so I've stuck in a dipole out on like the same kind of stick that you put the little whips out on, and I found that there's just too much weight out on the end of the whip, and the whip breaks really easily. So, and then actually this VTX is going out also, but it's the wires. I have to keep wiggling those wires connected to the VTX in order to keep it getting power. So I could probably fix that somehow, but I'm not sure what I should do in that case. Or if it's the wires, or if it's the plugs, or if it needs to be soldered back down. I don't know, so I'm just gonna not do anything with it right now. But I'm very excited because this has the same plastic arms as the Eachine Racer 250 Pro. It's the same basic build, and I ordered Q330, which has these same front arms, but then it has two longer back arms, and I'm gonna build it sideways so that it flies like a B-wing, and I'm gonna call it the B-wing, and I'm gonna experiment with that. I'm gonna use probably about the same motors as this one, or maybe closer to the same 2205 motors. And then I'll have 3 quads made out of all the same materials, but in different form factors. So it'll be a really fun experiment. And actually it looks like the rain is clear enough for me to plug in, so I'm gonna go do that. And hopefully I don't break any propellers.